Quote, Alex Jones sent child porn to Sandy Hook parents. See Exhibit 1, the Young Turks Twitter account. And that's the same headline made the Young Turks video page, where it still stands today. And so there was a tweet, right? And there was a headline associated on their video page, according to this paragraph, correct?
I believe so.
All right. And if you go further down, you say here that they hold themselves out as, quote, serious journalists with millions of followers across multiple social media platforms and the biggest media network on YouTube that is completely monetized by YouTube, et cetera, correct?
Yes.
And the point of that is to show that these people who you claim lied about you had a significant platform that could result in significant harm to you, yes?
Hello, this is Brian D. Hill, formerly of USWGO Alternative News, and this is being filmed around September 23rd, 2022, around 12:30 midnight. Anyways, I have to bring up something. I heard about, my family showed me the video of Alex Jones, and they're pretty much attacking him with something that I don't think they should be attacking him for. They should be sticking to the subject matter of whether he lied about the Sandy Hook parents being actors, things like that. You know, they should be sticking with the facts. And from the hearing yesterday, they just attacked him. And Chris Mattei and the judge were grilling him over the child pornography setup attempt against Alex Jones back in 2019. Now, I am Brian D. Hill. I am the former news reporter of USWGO Alternative News. I had received a Tor mail message, and the Tor mail message said that I was to be set up with child porn. Others would be next, and it all came true. I'm on the sex registry for a crime I didn't do. And I have to defend Alex Jones on this one against what Chris Mattei is arguing, because from personal experience, I know what it's like being framed with child pornography. And so, I like to first bring up briefly the evidence I have that I'm innocent of my federal charge of possession of child pornography in 2013 by the Assistant U.S. Attorney Anand Prakash Ramswamy. You know, justice for Brian D. Hill of USWGO Alternative News. Here's what I've got. Here's what I've got to offer. The U.S. Attorney admitted that I have no victims. That the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children said that the alleged files, were not of a known series. Now I could back that up because I've read the discovery materials. The State Bureau of Investigation case file by Special Agent Rodney V. White of the Greensboro, North Carolina SBI Regional Office, and they never took it to a crime lab, which was under certification. He never took it to a certified crime lab. It was never examined by a certified forensic scientist. It claimed that alleged child pornography, well, they call it files of interest. So that's the child porn that was allegedly on my computer. They called it files of interest, and it said 454 files had been downloaded with the email program between the dates July 20, 2012 and July 28, 2013. And I also have ESET virus radar, Win32 Molly Vampire A. The virus was found around, it was detected around July 2012. Around the time they claimed that allegedly child pornography may have been on my computer. when Robert Bridge claimed it was downloading from the IP address was around the exact same time that, according to ESET Virus Radar, there is a program called Win32 Moley Vampire A, and there's a variant B, because it is, there could be other variants of this virus, and it ran email.exe, ares.exe, Ares, and Sherazade.exe, and the SBI report said I also had Ares, and it only had one search term, very sexy. Now that's not sexy, no, but that's what it claimed, that there was only one search term called very sexy. That didn't make any sense. It didn't say, oh, we found child porn on Ares. So it all seems to be what the State Bureau of Investigation found was Win32 Moley Vampire A, and they went along with that to say I had hundreds to whatever number of child porn. God knows how many that they tried to fabricate. It was fabricated because the fact that the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children couldn't even identify who the victims are. That's impossible when it comes to digital child pornography, or even, if there's actual physical photographs of child pornography, they would know who the victims are. They'd be able to identify them. They should be able to identify. If it's available on the internet, if anything's available on the internet, there's going to be some kind of source or victim or identity, when it comes to things like that. But then they say, oh, we don't know who the victims are. There's no victims because we don't know what kind of child pornography victims there were. Yes, all of this can be verified by the federal court records, by the pre-sentence report, the pre-sentence investigation report, my affidavits, and the evidence filed in my 2255. It never should have been denied. And so, knock on wood, bad luck go away. Now I gotta sit there and what do you call it? The thing where you gotta salt shake, and you gotta sit there and just put salt everywhere to get rid of the bad luck. Here's the thing. Alex Jones is not guilty. The FBI, the most corrupt agency in the United States of America, they threatened to set up Cheryl Atkinson's husband with child pornography.
And surveilled by the government. And sometimes it takes far too long to be able to clear those matters up.
May I say, one little reported facet of my case is one of the federal agents involved in one of the operations against me said that they intended to plant child porn in my husband's computer. This is the FBI. There's been a case that's currently in litigation, unrelated, in which an FBI agent has testified that they did that. They have done that. It was not accomplished in my case. I guess the curtain was drawn on that facet of the operation prior to them doing it. But imagine how you ever get out of that. They knew we had a young daughter at home and had allegedly conspired to do that.
And she admitted that, I think possibly under oath, during a hearing by United States Congress. I think Matt Gaetz was there. He was one of the people that I think questioned Cheryl Atkinson under oath, and she admitted the FBI threatened to set up Cheryl Atkinson's husband with child pornography. So the FBI is one of the most corrupt agencies and most unaccountable agencies in the United States of America, along with the Department of Corruption, aka the Department of Injustice. The DOJ, the Department of Injustice. I'm not even going to call them by the proper name. They don't deserve it. Anyways, the FBI cleared Alex Jones of child pornography. They cleared him of any misdoings. And because the FBI, one of the most corrupt agencies that sets people up with child porn, like they threatened to do with Cheryl Atkinson's husband, that's on record. They set people up with child porn. The FBI does this. That's part of their normal game of predatory behavior. The FBI sets people up with that filth. They cleared Alex Jones. So when they clear Alex Jones of this filth, when they said Alex Jones did not purposely send child porn to the Sandy Hook lawyers, it was embedded in emails by malware. Tried to set up Alex Jones with child porn, like they tried to set me up with child porn. I'm talking about the deep state when I mean they. I don't want Chris Mattei saying, "Oh, Brian's accusing me." No, Chris Mattei. I'm bringing up my own personal experience and comparing it with Alex Jones. Yes, Win32 Molly Vampire A is the culprit. Now, who ran Win32 Molly Vampire to put maybe fake or real or unknown series of files of interest, child pornography, whatever. I don't think it was even child porn, because they're saying I had no victims, but they got me to falsely plead guilty and falsely confess to it. Now, I need to tell you something. During that, before I falsely confessed, Charles Caruso of the Mayadan Police Department, he was the police chief at the time, he said, "Fess up! We know you did it! You better fess up, or else your mother will be held responsible." And Stella Fornash, my grandma, she also said under affidavit to that effect that Charles Caruso threatened to hold my mother responsible if I didn't fess up to child pornography. And he said stuff like, I know you did it, you must have done it, it came from your computer, you did it. He kept arguing with me and saying, you be better off keep quiet. And then he's like, fess up, no you did it, So pretty much, then when I went into the police detective's interview, which became an interrogation, I told them about the Trojan horse. Later on, I found out to be Win32 Molly Vampire A. I didn't know that at the time, because I did research after I falsely confessed I was allowed to leave the police station without being charged, because they had to still do the forensic setup of me downloading that child porn for 11 months. Well, I don't even think it was child porn. Downloading that filth, it might not even be CP, for 11 months when I didn't even have my computer. And so I told him about the Trojan horse, that I was downloading music, software, it's a long time ago, so I'm not worried about the copyright cartels. But anyways, the copyright cartels. So anyways, I admitted to downloading music, software, and things like that. And then they said, "We found child porn on your computer. You better just tell us. We're going to find more." That's in the confession audio, which I suspect has been doctored. I asked for an audio forensic expert, and Judge Schroeder, the crooked old judge, denied that. And along with Joe Webster, they would not let me have an audio forensic expert. They didn't want me to have that. But regardless, in the confession audio, I did say about the Trojan horse. I was downloading music and software, and they said, "We found the child porn on your computer. You better just tell us." They never showed me any. They never went to my laptop and said, "Here's the child porn. Here's the pictures we found on it. Here it is. Here's the picture of the little girl or little boy. Here's the picture. We found it, Brian. We found it on your laptop. Here it is. Here, look at it." No, they didn't do any of that. No. And that's in the audio. All they said was, "We found it on your computer. You better just tell us. We're going to find more. Now tell us again, did you download child pornography?" And I said, yes. And then I told them I didn't. And I told them I downloaded it for about a year or so. Then I told them it was in my netbook. And, so it wasn't just them saying they were going to hold my mother responsible, which is coercion. But they also said, "We're going to find more child porn. You better just tell us. Did you do it?" I told them about a year or so. The only download dates that existed was July 20, 2012 to July 20, 2013. My computer was seized on August 28, 2012. So for 11 months, alleged child pornography was downloading to my computer after it was seized by the Mayadan Police Department in the search warrant and inventory.
And then you gave a false confession? Why would you do that?
Well, because they said if you didn't fess up, your mother would be held responsible.
I can understand.
Your mother would be held responsible.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Listen, this is what they do.
Yes, I put it in affidavit.
And everyone in alternative media or in any capacity where you're on the internet and you are a voice, right? Any kind of voice. Everybody lives in fear of exactly what happened that you're describing anyway, is going to happen to them. It can happen so easily. So what you're saying is you were able to eventually prove that the charges against you were false.
Yes, and I can confirm all that under oath with the evidence. That it was downloading for 11 months I didn't have my computer. My family got photographs of the State Bureau of Investigation report because they were going to destroy it. We had gut feelings they were going to do it, and then later on they said, yes, we destroyed it. They said that in the FOIA lawsuit. They destroyed the State Bureau of Investigation report after, luckily, we got some photographs of it, and my family's got a lot of copies in all kinds of places. So, and it's already in the federal court records. It's already been leaked in the FOIA lawsuit. It's already been out there. So, good luck. Good luck trying to shut that down. But yes, it was downloading for 11 months. I didn't have my computer. It was Win32 Molly Vampire A malware, as Alex Jones calls it. So, yes, in my opinion, I have, in 2013, read the Melissa Melton post before she became Melissa Dykes, Truth Stream Media. She used to work for InfoWars, and there was a child pornography setup attempt on her. She talked about the political hacker squad. I read the emails in 2013. What I mean is, she put the screenshots of the email, of the email stuff, and because it is in emails, because from what she showed, it was given to different people in different alternative media, and so it said they tried to set her up. And I'm gonna have to check. I'm gonna have to go back to check. Because I gotta make sure that that I'm not saying anything that's that's not a fact. Because I'm trying to stick with the facts here and not conspiracy theories. But according to Melissa Melton, there's a group called the Political Hacker Squad who tried to set people up with child pornography and work with the Obama administration, allegedly. Because Obama has never asked the Obama administration, hey, did you try to set people up with child porn? Well, I know they tried to do it to Cheryl Atkinson's husband. I saw the video. It's on C-SPAN. where she's like, yeah, they tried to they threatened to plant child porn on my husband's computer, Cheryl Atkinson. So, I do believe the Political Hacker Squad, whoever they are, they probably did work with the Obama administration. That's when all this child pornography setup crap had started, after Obama had became president. So I blame Obama for this. Even though Alberto Gonzales, the Attorney General for George W. Bush, made a big deal out of child porn, saying we need to spy on everybody, we need to have data logging because of child porn on the internet, we need to data log everybody. And I knew right then and there. And then Kerry Sherman said, child porn's being shared on file sharing networks. We need to go after the file share networks. It wasn't about child porn. It was about going after music, pirated software. But see, when I was hearing stuff like that, I'm like, are they going to plant child porn on people? Are they going to upload child porn to the file sharing networks to try to shut down the file sharing networks? Well, they did to Andrew Rose. He was a teenage boy who was downloading music. I found this out in 2013. He was downloading music at the time, and the music had nude photos of teenage girls. And then they raided his house. He had autism, and they tried to set him up with child pornography. So I am aware that they do try to set people up. The feds have a history of setting people up with child pornography. They've done this to Andrew Rose, they've done it to me, and they've tried to do it to Alex Jones. They've tried to do it to Melissa Melton, they've tried to do it to Luke Rudkowski, And they've tried to do it to Stuart Rhodes, who's facing a jury trial over January 6th. And so, you know, I'm a real setup victim. And I am a genuine child pornography frame-up victim. Because I know what it's like being on the sex offender registry for a crime I didn't do. Because I falsely took the guilty plea. Because they said I would face 20 years. Alex Jones said he could face 20 years if they had charged him with child porn. Isn't that interesting? He probably got that from me. He probably got that from my statements where I talked about I could face 20 years in prison if I didn't take the plea agreement. Where Plackey said, I have nothing for you. You're going to be found guilty by a jury for child porn. They're going to look at you with disdain. They're not going to feel you're telling the truth. They're not going to think you're genuine. Well, the download dates, would that be genuine enough for the jury? Download dates, 11 months I didn't have my computer. I also looked at the entire State Bureau of Investigation report. There was no confirmation of child pornography. They never said in any affidavit or no oath or affirmation saying, I, Rodney V. White, had found child pornography on Brian Hill's computer and I verified it with the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. There is none of that. None of that. And that's true. There was none of that. It was all fraud. And I can prove all that. And I've proven all that. My family, Stella Fornash, Kenneth Fornash, Roberta Hill, my mother, they all went through the State Bureau of Investigation report. John Scott Coulter probably went through it all. That ineffective lawyer as he is. He knows they've never verified every file of interest of being a verified child pornography with the victims' names and ages and genders. There's none of that. I tried to look for the blurred thumbnails of the child porn. I couldn't find a single photo or blurred thumbnail or anything. There's not. It doesn't say who the victims are. None of that. My whole case was based on a fraud, and so. That is why I'm standing up for Alex Jones. I've had my issues with him. Him turning against me. Darren McBreen saying, I'm blocking your number. He didn't want to talk to me anymore. He blocked me in 2018. He didn't want me talking to him anymore. And Rob Dew turned against me. And InfoWars. And they all turned against me. However, I'm here to tell the truth. I am not. These people are so despicable for setting me up with child porn in the U.S. Attorney Office. You know, with the download dates and the they never confirmed that it was verified child pornography. They didn't verify and confirm all that. And then the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children can never verify whether I had confirmed child pornography and victims or not. They couldn't even verify anything. That is all fraud. And I'm on the sex registry for 8 fucking years. For a crime I did not do. So, yes, I saw the video of Alex Jones when he attacked Chris Mattei. When he did this saying, oh, Chris Mattei, I think he set me up with child porn. Oh, you know, $1 million on a pike, bitch. $1 million, and I'll put your head on a pike. When Alex Jones said that, I believe it was out of emotion. You saw how emotional I just got like a minute ago or 30 seconds ago. I was angry. It's still angry. It still angers me to this day being set up with child porn. It angers me being set up with child pornography on the sex registry. My name on a public registry where anybody can look me up and think I'm a danger to society. I'm not. I've never raped. I've never molested. I've never been charged with assault. The only thing were photos were allegedly on my computer and the whole case is a fraud. And I falsely pled guilty to a fraudulent prosecution. Ramsawamy, you fraudulent prosecutor! Anyways. I'm angry at you, Ramsawamy. I'm angry at you. because you knew I was innocent of child pornography. You knew I was innocent. Now I can verbally attack you on video because I have the proof I was innocent of child pornography, Ramsawami. So go ahead and defame me. Go ahead and keep lying about me. This is different from Chris Mattei. Because Chris Mattei didn't prosecute Alex Jones with a fraudulent child pornography prosecution. But here are my issues I have with Chris Mattei and that woman judge. You know, the problems I have with that Connecticut judge. I don't like the fact that they are using his plight, where somebody tried to frame Alex Jones with child pornography by planting it in his emails, using malware. As he said, this is his words, not mine. I don't know any more than what he said. You know, so don't you go and say anything. You know, but the thing is, I was set up by malware. Win32 Molly Vampire A, email virus. And Alex Jones was not set up with an email virus, but malware put it in his email. And then somehow, when he had to turn it over through discovery, they found the child pornography and they were going to call the FBI on Alex Jones. And it sickens me. I don't like seeing this. Alex Jones is innocent. The FBI, one of the most corrupt agencies that was going to set up Cheryl Atkinson's husband with child porn, cleared Alex Jones of any misdoings. Like what Luke Radowski talked about, you know, where if they had set him up and it worked, that he would have to go through months before he would clear of any misdoings. Alex Jones had been cleared of any misdoings. Like the term Luke Radowski talked about when they tried to set him up. The deep state, the deep state when I mean they. Alex Jones was cleared by one of the most corrupt agencies of the United States of America. One of the most corrupt agencies other than the Department of Justice. And they're still attacking him even to this day, saying, oh, you sent child porn on a technically you sent child porn to the Sandy Hook victims' lawyers. Or Sandy Hook parents' lawyers. And I'm like, they do not need to be bringing this up during the defamation suit. They should not be bringing this up during the trial. That is not right. That is not relevant. And that should be staying out of the trial. In my opinion, it should be staying out of it because I am a genuine child pornography setup victim. And I'm on the sex registry because I was forced to plead guilty. I was forced to plead guilty! You understand me. Understand, feel what I feel. Feel my heart. See how I see. Feel how I feel. Know what I know. I want you to know what I know. I want you to see what I see. I want you to feel how I feel. And so, put yourself in Alex Jones's shoes. And in my shoes. And people are like, you're a child pornographer. Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha, you need to be killed, you need to be raped, you need to go to prison, you need to be on a registry, you need your house burned down by vigilantes, you need to be executed, you need your penis chopped off. That is the kind of crap I've had to deal with. You know, in 2013, you know, when after what happened with Mayadan, I had looked up about, what happens if I get on the registry. People burning down houses and crap like that. And I was like, I was going to almost kill myself. I was. After Attorney Susan Basco told me there was a warrant for my arrest, I went on Facebook under USWGO Brian Hill in 2013, December, and I had actually posted in writing that I was going to kill myself, and I was put under a temporary detention order, emergency custody order, Martinsville Police Department, by the, I think it's either General District Court or Circuit Court. It was one of those courts, and I was sent to One North, Martinsville Memorial Hospital, which is now Sova Health Martinsville. I know what Alex Jones is feeling. I feel how he feels. I know how he feels. That's why I'm defending Alex Jones, because I almost killed myself. I'm going to be honest with you, with everyone who sees this video. I almost did it. I almost cut my throat with a knife. Because I was afraid that they were going to rape me in prison. I thought they were going to rape me. And at one point I was kind of like, maybe they should just rape me. I mean, anyways, it's all emotional. But I understand how Alex Jones feels when he said, "They're calling me a child molester. I'm Alex Jones." Chris Mattei. I mean, that is emotional, because I'm emotional. Understand how I understand. Feel what I feel. Know what I know. I know how Alex Jones feels. And I have to show you how I feel like he feels, because I know what it's like being set up with child pornography. I know what it's like being falsely accused of being a sex offender. I know what it's like. And when they sat there in the courtroom and brought up, like, oh, child porn was sent to the Sandy Hook parents, lawyers, when, you turn over child porn to us. I was like, it's disgusting me. It made me want to vomit. I have autism. So if you're like, oh, this guy's acting kind of weird on video. Well, I have autism. I'm emotional. I have every right to be emotional. I've been in the sex registry for 8 years now for a crime I didn't do. Here are my final words. I think Alex Jones, I believe he is innocent. The FBI cleared him. The most corrupt agency in the United States of America. One of the most corrupt political persecution government agencies ever. One of the most corrupt law enforcement agencies ever. And they cleared Alex Jones of child porn. And I believe the FBI on this one, because I've been set up. I know what it's like. I know how it feels when he was like saying, Chris Mattei, go to hell, Chris Mattei. And when he said that, I was like, he's emotional. I don't think he should be doing that, because now that makes Chris Mattei look bad. Well, not really. It makes him actually look good, because then, now the judge is like, you banged your fist on Chris Mattei's picture. Well, that's emotions. When someone gets set up with child pornography, like me, you get emotional. You think thoughts like, should I kill myself? I like women with big tits and big asses. I don't blame him for saying I like women with that. I like women too. I've wanted a girlfriend. I've wanted to have a woman to be able to hold her close to me, to be able to kiss her on the lips, and see a woman smile at me and saying how much she loves me. I can't have any of that because I'm a sex offender. I can't have any of that because I'm a sex offender. So understand how angry I am. You saw how angry I just got. You might say that's a death threat. Oh, Brian made a death threat. Oh, look, because he did this. He got all angry. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, Alex Jones maybe said a little too much against Chris Mattei when someone tried to set him up with child porn. The political hacker squad, and all that. It was in the threatening email I received and things like that, where they said, we set you up, Brian. They succeeded with the download dates. 11 months I didn't have my computer. That Tor mail was sent to me while the child porn was downloading to my computer at the State Bureau of Investigation. Makes me think they sent the Tor mail. And then they're like, Alex Jones was next. And you saw what happened. 8 years later, 7 or 6, whatever the years, they finally tried to set him up. And the deep state has been using child pornography as a weapon. It is a weapon. Child porn is a weapon. And I've been, Federal Jack had warned about it years ago. because I've tried to warn people that child porn is a weapon. I've tried to warn people. But back then people thought, oh, Brian, you're Uncle Fester the child molester. People were calling me that, Uncle Fester the child molester. People were calling me all kinds of dirty names and saying, look, he looks like a clown. Well, now, is Cheryl Atkinson a clown when she said they tried to set up her husband with the filth? Are you going to say Luke Radowski is a clown? Are you going to say Alex Jones is a clown when they tried to set him up? The FBI admitted he's innocent. Here's the thing. I believe Alex Jones is innocent. Chris Mattei is in the wrong for bringing this up. He should stay out of this because it offends me. He does have free speech, and he has the right to say what he wants. But I feel like he needs to stop the crap. He needs to stop trying to bring up about Alex Jones and child porn. He's been cleared of this, and the only reason he's bringing this up at the Sandy Hook defamation trial in Connecticut is to make the jury feel weird. Once you start using the words child porn, people's brains shut off. People start thinking, I want to kill this person. People start thinking thoughts like, oh, I want to kill Alex Jones. People start saying stuff like that because they hear the words child porn, Alex Jones, Senate. There you go. That's all it takes. You just utter a few words. Child porn. Someone sent it. You did it. And that's it. People's brains shut off. And people are ready to burn down your house and kill you and cut your penis off and want to choke you to death and rape you multiple times in a federal or state prison. So, that's what, the one threatening email said, I am going to get raped in prison. Luckily, I didn't. Anyways, Alex Jones doesn't deserve this. He does not deserve any of this. I mean, I've had my disagreements with him. Him turning against me, Darren McBreen blocking me, not wanting to talk to me, Rob Dew turning against me. And that's personal grievances between all of us. I don't know why they hate me. Ever since I was set up with child porn, Alex Jones turned his back on me. That's true. I'm telling people the truth. However, I know what it's like being set up with child porn. I know what it's like being called a child molester, Uncle Fester the child molester. I know what it's like being called all these terms. I've never raped. I've never molested. It's in the court. It's, if I was a rapist or a child molester, that would have been my charge. I would have been charged with that too. I was not, because that is not true. I've never raped. I've never molested. I've never murdered. I have never been charged with assault. Believe me, somebody who has autism, who has meltdowns, and he has not been charged with assault, understand that I'm innocent of child pornography. I've proven my innocence. And so, my judgment is this. Alex Jones is innocent. That judge and Chris Mattei needs to stop bringing that up. They need to stop rehashing 2019 saying, oh, they tried to, the child porn was given to the Sandy Hook lawyers. They need to stop that. They need to stop that because it's wrong. It's morally wrong. They should not be telling the jury this stuff because there are going to be jurors that might think he's guilty and say, oh, he just got off because the FBI is protecting pedophiles like Hunter Biden, who has videos of him having sex with his niece, raping his niece. And so, since the FBI protects pedophiles, I think Alex Jones is guilty. That's what the jury might do. They might think he's guilty and say, $100 billion judgment! Alex Jones will be adjudged $1 billion judgment because I think he's a child pornographer. You see what scares me about all this? You think I want to see Alex Jones set up with child porn? You think I want to see that knowing that they're going to do this to any of us? No, I don't want anyone set up with child pornography. I don't think anybody should be set up with this filth. I don't think anybody should. It scares me to see Alex Jones being treated like this because I got called a pedophile. There have been people that wanted to kill me. They wanted to cut my penis off. They wanted to murder me. They wanted to rape me. There was people that wanted to rape me because I was accused of child porn. So, luckily, I was protected by God. And so, you must understand, being set up with child porn is not fun. And when Alex Jones made those angry remarks attacking Chris Mattei, I don't think it was 100% directed at Chris Mattei. He was just upset because someone tried to set him up with this filth. And I don't think QAnon did it either. Why would they go and have some because I saw the letter from John Durham that, my family found the letter that he posted on InfoWars and it mentioned QAnon. QAnon, I don't think would do this because they're against pedophilia. That's it's just like the Tormel stuff where somebody can say, "Oh, Brian Hill at tormel.org. Here's the child porn email from Brian Hill at tormel.org." You know what I'm saying? Or here's the this is what they do. They set people up. They set me up with a malware. They tried to set him up with a malware. This whole Tormel stuff is probably all malware. They set me up with Win32 Molding Vampire A. And then they have, what's that? Remote Control System by Galileo, Vault 7, Vault 8, file planting tools that the CIA has. They can plant child porn on your computer with file planting tools. And they can put email on your computer and operate it remotely, and things like that. So that, they could get somebody with child porn, or they can, use you as a fall guy. They could have your computer like a zombie computer where they share child porn through your computer and then you get busted. So it protects the real child pornographers because they will never go to jail because they went after you instead, the fall guy, the zombie computer. And so either my computer was a zombie computer for the real child pornographers or the whole thing was a fraud. And so I believe the same thing with Alex Jones. I think he was set up with child porn. That is my belief. And so I hope that I clarified all this, that the last video I was angry at Alex Jones for turning his back on me, but I don't think it is right. I don't think it is right. I don't think it is moral. I don't think he is guilty of that. I don't think he is, and the FBI cleared him. So I've had my disagreements with him. I've had my personal anger, that I felt because he turned his back on me. He thought I was a pedophile. He thought I was guilty. Dan Salazar thought I was guilty. And Darren McBreen must have thought I was guilty. And Rob Dew was like, if you can prove the government effed up, then we'll write an article. But here's the thing. I don't think he should have gone through this. I mean, as somebody was set up, his back turned against me. I don't think he should have gone through any of this. It's not moral, it's not right. So I have to defend Alex Jones on this one. I have to defend him. It is my moral obligation to go on a video, have my family upload it to YouTube, and they need to tell people that I personally feel Alex Jones should not have gone through the Sandy Hook trial. They should not have ever brought up child pornography at all. That's not what his charge was. His charge was lying about the Sandy Hook parents being like crisis actors or actors, or that was just that they were just acting for some false flag operation, or it was about that. It was about defamation. They should never have brought up the context of Alex Jones and child pornography because the wrong jurors are going to hear those words, child porn, and they'll be like, oh, get him! Then all of a sudden, the jury's like, I'm a juror! Alex Jones is guilty! The jury's just going to be like, child porn, I'm going to give him $100,000 judgment! And so, it's going to taint the jury. I know it is. It's going to taint the jury in the Sandy Hook defamation case. It's going to make the jury push for the maximum penalties against him in the Sandy Hook defamation suit. I don't think that was right. Chris Mattei's in the wrong for this. He should never have brought that term up because it taints the jury. It taints the jury. That's my final verdict on this. Chris Mattei is in the wrong, and that woman judge is in the wrong too. She knows better than that. She's supposed to be a judge of justice. She's not doing justice. She should never have allowed child pornography to be brought up in that instance when the FBI cleared him of it. And so, I think that judge should be disbarred. I think Chris Mattei should be disbarred. They never should have brought that up because they should just stick with the facts. The facts. And not bring up anything that can prejudice a jury. Because even if someone's cleared of child porn, you don't want to bring it up. You don't want to tell people, hey man, hey bud, I was sprayed with child porn. You know, that's not something you just want to tell your friends on the street. That's not something you just want to tell your family. Hey family, I just got stuck with child porn. That's the kind of thing where if you just mention those words, someone might look at you the wrong way. And so, and they don't know the whole story. So, yeah, it taints the jury, it prejudices them, and I think it's a bad idea. Ethically, morally, legally. I think Chris Mattei's in the wrong in this. God bless you. God bless America. Justice for Brian D. Hill of USWO Alternative News. I was set up with child porn. I have proven it. I have proven it to Roger Stone. That's why he tried to help me, Roger Stone. He tried to get me a pardon because he knew I was set up with child porn. I knew I was set up. My family knew it. And I hope justice be done for my case. I hope I can be acquitted one day or pardoned by the president. I hope I can be pardoned somehow. And I hope I can be out of this because I'm innocent. And I pray for Alex Jones that... I pray that Chris Mattei stop trying to prejudice the jury. I pray to God and I pray to Jesus Christ that they stop trying to prejudice the jury against Alex Jones. Stick with the facts.